Thank you. I did a long introduction. Nobody really said that. You have to read it all. But thank you for that. So my name is Marianne, as already mentioned. Thank you for the opportunity of representing here one of the biggest tour operators in the world by nowadays, yeah? So I'm gonna give you a brief overview from tour operators' perspective, how we see it. I mean, every one of you is a professional or really good at what you are doing. You have very good venues, very good products. But how does it really go from your product into the client's arrival? So I'm gonna show you a path, a little bit first of our company as well. Yeah. Who we are. I joined, it was KuoniTumlare. It was not so small family-owned business anymore, but still in the mentality, owned by a Japanese guy, and also there was a Swedish guy. Now today, we are really a huge one and incorporated with 3 brands, KuoniTumlare, JTB Europe, and KuoniGTS. So Tallinn office is open since 2006. We do have different departments, and Baltic destination, where I'm coming from, is just one of them. So here we go. I had some numbers for you to see how big we are just in Tallinn. So what do we do in Baltic destination team? So first, you have this wonderful product. You come to us, you make us interested of it. And we really buy your idea. So then we decide, okay, yeah, this is solid, and we try to include it into the itineraries. Itineraries that we are selling to our salespeople. Because you still have to remember that Baltics as a region is not that known yet in wild world. Just we have to not only introduce a good sauna or a good restaurant or good accommodation, but we have to introduce the destination itself. And if we talk about within our company, we have over 20 sales offices and selling destinations all Europe. That includes, so Baltics is competing also with Russia, with Spain, with Italy, with Scandinavia. So what do you think, I mean, what is the price level nowadays? In Spain, for example, or in Baltics? I can say that it's pretty much the same, and often even cheaper accommodations found in Spain than in Baltics. So, but what is the benefits of selling Baltics for salespeople? Because everybody knows Spain, nobody knows Baltics, or Estonia, or Latvia, not even mentioning Pärnu, Narva. So this is the path, basically. We go to salespeople, and salespeople find it, yes, we could do that. In often, I mean, big operation like ours, we have different departments. Tour operator and salespeople are sitting in separate destinations even. So if you talk about Japanese market, our people selling to Japanese market are sitting in Tokyo and Osaka. So we convince them that they are really keen about this project or product. And then now they have to convince the agents, the travel agents who are selling our products. So let's say a group arrives. You know how long this journey takes? Minimum half a year. Rather 1.5 years, often even more. So whenever you create the product, it really has to be very, let's say, sustainable and also looking in long terms. So it is in 1 year it is still active, and it is also active in 3 years' time. You might slightly improve it, but you can't change it. So the first group arrives. What could go wrong? Have you considered with local infrastructure? Is this supporting your good product? For example, you get the group coming to your place, and then you realize that the roads are very, very muddy and the bus can't drive into your place. So if it's October when the first group arrives and really rainy period, and there is 1 kilometer of this muddy road, what do you think the group will come out of the bus and walk to your place? It will not. And if we talk about the itinerary itself, if you can't deliver, it's really one major error. So what about the picture versus reality? I have had it just my own pictures, muddy road we did, but also there is a menu of one restaurant that we use for our groups. Just while talking about the group can be from 6 people, more normally 10 people. If you talk about rural tourism, then groups that arrive to your destination are a little bit higher budgeted groups and normally contains 15 people. 15 is the average, I would say. For bigger volume, more budget tours, it's let's say 25, 30 people that's traveling together. So we have this wonderful description of the menu: fried chicken with rice, carrots, paprika, lotus root, chestnut, and that's the reality. And you know what's the vegetarian version of it? Just skip the chicken. How appealing is that? Would you like to try this? Would you like to have this kind of menus for your lunch that you have paid for? Not really, doesn't it? So whenever you have these media groups coming over or study trips that we finally get to your places to really boost the idea to sell it, be really smart while showing some pictures or when you do just a presentation for them. Just make sure this is the quality you offer also to the first group or whatever, like couple comes. It has to be the same, really. The quality level has to be exact the same. So, another thing from the life. Have you thought and informed the tour operators about the discomfort, like bugs? You know, people from big cities, they picture this wonderful scenery and wonderful nature, but they don't think that we might have flies who bite. This is one of the discomforts. Or that the weather, you know, how changing is our weather. I mean, today rain, afternoon is maybe sunny, evening is the windiest, coldest weather ever. Have you informed it? I mean, we are in hospitality business, offering really experiences. Let's try to inform tour operators and make it as smooth as possible. More information you give to us, more we can deliver to the client, and less of these type of errors can occur. So open versus close. When you do create your product, please think that it's not always the most suitable time for you when they are coming. They can come any day if you're not mentioning that it's closed during the midsummer's holidays. Or when you want to celebrate, you have agreed on 31st of December with your family, but then since you have offered and not mentioned that you are closed on that date, the group comes and they expect you to deliver. So whenever you create a product, think about that and inform also the tour operators who are selling your products. Because we are the voice between final client and you. So safety, equipment. I mean, again, talk about water or canoeing. Isn't it fun? Summer day, you go, take a canoe and go. Okay, safety vests, yes, we have these life vests. But you have to also think that maybe you should mention that this is not fit for everybody. Maybe people coming from big cities, they are not physically fit. If you don't mention that, they are coming and expecting everything is as easy as one guy who's instructor showing on the video. So again, here you see the scissors. We have to think about everything, and tour operator is not here to think about your product. It's you who are responsible of it. So, why do we pay penalties? Because of all what happens before. I think it's a good point to mention also Japanese travel law. Everybody coming from Japan is protected by Japanese travel law. So what does it mean to tour operator if we fail in any of the previous steps? Basically, there is a long list of different percentages written how much of the whole package price tour operator has to return in any failure. That also means, for example, if you think that, oh, doesn't matter that it was chicken mentioned in the menu. I had such a good catch of a day. I offer a fish today, and I changed the main course. No, you don't do that. Even though you wanted the best, the outcome is not the good one. So any little difference between the final itinerary is pretty much big no-no. And always inform. If there is some, I don't know, force majeure or something happening that you cannot really predict, just inform your tour operator. Inform the one who's sending you the group, so we can prevent it or just smooth it up as fast as possible. Otherwise, we all pay. Yep. Supplier blacklisting. This happens very quickly. If the first group arrives, we have some errors. For example, we can't deliver. Tour operator can't deliver because you can't deliver. Then pretty much this is your one last chance, first and very last one. Because also tour operator has to keep the face in front of the client if they don't want to lose it. So with this kind of small action can cause really loss of face. And in Japanese culture, it is not tolerated at all. So, yep, pretty much the rest concerns all of us. We lose the revenue, we lose the investments, and we lose the clients. So pretty much close the doors. Well, if it's a big tour operator, yeah, maybe it's one client and we can still survive it. But for you, can you imagine how much you have putting in your money to build this product, to build up this clientele base or just to serve what you have good? So you yourself, you know it. Yeah, I'm gonna mention just briefly a little bit of power of brochures. I didn't really know in which way to put it there into this presentation, but since we have been part of helping to create so many brochures, we really know how big power it has or how big is the impact to the tours that are involved. Not only group business, this is mainly for FITs. These are different magazines, fashion magazines that include really nice pages of beautiful pictures of Kihnu Island, of Tallinn design areas, whatever rural areas. So if you have the media tours, really be very aware that they will take pictures, they will print it into brochures, and this will become as a must. What means must? Everybody will request for it, and exactly the way it's pictured in the brochure. So, I mean, I don't want to make really scared of you. I mean, I don't want to make you feel scared, but it's a pretty serious thing. So, yeah, and rural, I mean, it's beautiful. We hope that all these wonderful products will start to run smoothly, and they will, like, all the money that you have invested will be returned in multiple times. But again, if the increase of the people or travelers is very big, can you handle it? Can you handle it, or will your product suffer? You have to think about that as well. Because once it's printed into brochure, it can be big, it can be huge. So, little tips, how to avoid possible hiccups, how to make it smoother. Target your segment, your client. That only doesn't mean that you have to target the concrete, like it has to be Japan, or it has to be China, or whatever area. But it also talks about whether you would prefer the educational groups. Would you like to have smaller, higher budgeted groups? Would you like to have only FITs? That is also very important to know. While putting into the product, for example, introducing us, the products, or doing study tours for us as a tour operators. Also mention what is the minimum people you operate with, what is the maximum capacity that you can manage with. Yeah, and also work on details. Every single detail is very, very important. So here in tourism world, I would say that less is not more. More is more. More is better. More means more information give, more information there is available, and more solid is your product, more ways you guarantee your success. Yeah, sustainability. We already mentioned that. One thing, sustainability, we talk about if we talk about nature. Another thing is the long-term vision of your product. Don't build it up on one year, or don't send the information to tour operators. Hey, listen, at the middle of November, hey, listen, I have really great availability in December this year, and we have these events also coming. We don't have anything to do with that information because we work minimum 6 months in advance. Yep, keep us informed. And a very good thing, smile and greet the guest. I mean, often we have these great products and we forget to deliver in service. This is also so very important because you are the representative of your product. Yep, that's me in Sigulda. Very good product. So, I would say that for the conclusion that if we work together, see us as a partners, then we can fly. Yeah, I did. So thank you for listening.
Thank you for the harsh reality from tour operator side. Does somebody has a question for Marianne? Or we continue? Yes.
Thank you. Very good question. I would say that the answer in speed. This is crucial because do you remember my slide when there was a path, like from me to a salesperson, from salesperson to agent? So if we take, even during the busiest times, If we take week or week and a half to reply to emails, I'm sorry guys, this doesn't work. So it has to be snappy. You have to find somebody to reply your emails. So, yeah.
Thank you. Reply your emails. Thank you, Marianne. Let's get a round of applause for Marianne.